So this study is very much about what happens when algorithms do something wrong, right? And I think so far the whole discourse has been about preventing algorithms from making mistakes. But we think that's an unrealistic goal to have as the only way to ensure that algorithms don't cause detrimental or even tragic consequences in society.
Yeah, so this all started when Charlotta came to me and told me about how she had noticed that her kid was placed at the wrong school. And she tried to tell the public administration about this. She tried to tell a lot of actors about this, but no one could really deal with her complaints. And we started to ask ourselves, okay, so why is there no institutional capacity to deal with the negative consequences of automated decision-making in public settings?
I stumbled across it, and I could actually fix this for my kid individually. But then I figured, okay, but who tends to all those kids, thousands of kids that got faulty decisions, who don't have academic parents or parents who want to appeal these decisions?
There are rational reasons why the user organization didn't want to start looking and scrutinizing the algorithm, because they felt that they were interfering with the objectiveness and fairness of the technology. So I think they were trying to protect what they thought was an optimal system.
What we do in this paper is actually to use the data from the ground. So we use a kind of a grounded theory approach.
We tried out a lot of different theories to see which would give us the most leverage, and we found that the organizational ignoring lens was most useful. And we also saw that it allowed us to tie into a discourse that was already ongoing that broadens the idea of algorithmic black boxing.
So it's a complex layering of black boxing, where it's actually a glass box wrapped up in black paper.
A combination of ignoring practices that include avoiding, obscuring, and denying. And all of these practices have, of course, several consequences. One is that the problems are not effectively addressed. And the other consequence is that neither the school administration nor the public court system has to change their practices.
So we provide a set of recommendations to organizations that are implementing algorithmic decision-making. Relatively straightforward. As a user organization, you need to demand from the tech vendor that they share documentation about the algorithm, so you know what technology you're using in your organization. You also, as a user organization, we think, should provide some sort of ingredient list or declaration where you say, this is the data that this algorithm is using to make a decision, maybe visualizing that through some web page, so that, for instance, parents with children who are placed through automated decisions can see, okay, this is the logic behind the algorithm, this makes sense to us. And if they don't agree, they can at least challenge this decision in a more informed way. So information about how the algorithm works, and also who to turn to if you want to complain as a citizen. We also have a set of recommendations regarding how procedures in the legal system need to be changed. So, for instance, the burden of proof may need to change when we deal with algorithmic decision-making, where the proof lies in the code, and the user organization who may be accused of wrongdoing may own the code, so they should be obliged to share the code rather than the citizen who wants to challenge the code but may be unable to access the code.